Da-da-dan! What is going on, everybody? Today, we're back for the last time of the year, and today, Super Bowl predictions. And for the only time this year, I don't have a sheet of paper to go with me, because that's how smart I am. But here we go. Of course, I gotta be in the theme. I gotta get a football. Actually, I have one right here. But this is the tiny football that I called a college one in my vlog, but it's not. But here we go. I'm going to start the predictions right now. I'm in between classes just like every other day. It is time for the video. And yes, for just the second time this year, we're in the Skull Cave to film for a predictions video. Just the second time this year to be able to do this. And yeah, check out Skull Cave Part 4. It'll be out. Might be out before this video is done. Might be out after it's done. I'm really not sure. Could be out before, but it might be not. And Skull Cave is coming out Friday. This video is coming out whenever I upload it. So I'm really not sure when that is. Could be Saturday. Could be Thursday. Today for me is Thursday, so. Could be later today, but it could also be on Friday. No, not Friday. Saturday. So, could be before, could be after. I don't know. But here we go. Let's get it started. One game, two teams. That's all we have left for the NFL. Final game of the year is about to be held. We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I said their names the wrong way. It's supposed to be... I usually say the away team and then the home team, but technically NFC is hosting and the game is in Tampa, so... my bad, but no one cares. Here we go, though. On the one side, we're going to start by talking about the road team. The team that I want to win, the team going for the repeat, and the team that I predicted to win at the beginning of the season, the Kansas City Chiefs. Beginning of the year, I predicted the Kansas City Chiefs would go back-to-back, and look at it, I'm one game away from it happening. Here are my thoughts on the Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs... Start with the offense. Their offense has obviously been very good lately. We already know that they've got one of the best offenses in the league, led by Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is back now, and then they got Le'Veon Bell to clean it up for him, and then they got other guys like Mecole Hardman and Chad Henne clutched it out. Was that last week he clutched, or was that the week before? Wait, let's think. No, that was the game against the Browns. That was a game against the Browns, wasn't it? So, yeah, that was the week before, but whatever. Chad Henne went clutch. So, their offense has been very good. Their run game has been pretty good. It looked pretty good last week with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I wouldn't say it was the greatest, but overall they did look pretty efficient. Their passing game was especially efficient. They did not make a lot of mistakes against the Buffalo Bills last week. They certainly played a very good game against the Bills, and it was a game that they struggled in the beginning. The Bills took the early 9-0 lead, and after that, it was all Kansas City. Kansas City deserved to win the game. They did good. Kansas City certainly, they just simply outplayed the Bills. That's really all I can say. Then we've got their defense. Chiefs' defense is okay. Wouldn't say it's great. But, obviously, the red zone defense is terrible. But, against Buffalo last week, their defense made a stand. In fact, I don't remember how many times they made it into the red zone, but Buffalo only got a touchdown, well, once, technically. They got another one at the end of the game, but that's when, of course, Kansas City already had the big lead, so they were pretty much just playing soft. But, really, they only allowed one touchdown, and that was the one at the beginning of the game. I'm pretty sure it was my man, Stephon Diggs. He's right there. Yeah, so I had that. That was a good play. So, so their defense has been looking good. Their run defense. Well, last week, let's see it. Usually I don't talk about teams over the season. I just talk about how they played last week. Because how they played last week is going to be the most important to how they play next week. So last week, their run defense. Hold on. I just got a notification for school, so I should check it out quick. Alright, everybody, I'm back. It was nothing. It was nothing important. I'm going to resume filming. So, I was talking about the Kansas City run defense. So the Bills' running game overall, I wouldn't say they were great. I don't have stats up right now. I wish I did. Here is somewhere where I feel like stats would be good. You know what? Let's do it. I'm moving the camera, guys, right here. For the first time ever, I'm going to be filming. Let me check out where the camera is. For the first and only time ever, guys, I'm going to film a sideways angle, but sitting down. Here we go. So let's look up some stats real quick. Bills rushing versus Chiefs. So let's take a look at this. So Bills versus Chiefs team stats. Maybe this is how we compare it right here. Here we go. Computer's still loading. Hold on. I just realized you might be able to see my flag. It's alright. I don't know if this will come out before or after Skull Cave, but if it comes out before, I'll just blur the top. So, if you see a giant blur right here, that's because my flag is right there, and you can't see it until the video comes out, so that's why it might look strange. But here we go. Final score was 38-24. Chiefs took the win. Chiefs had more first downs. They had 29-24 ratio. Total plays, the Bills led 70-64 in total plays. Oh, actually, I should pull up the Packers versus Bucs stats, too. So then I can have both up. Okay. ESPN. Oh, no, that's the October game. ESPN. Game recap. Nope, this is game recap. Hold on. I'll edit all this out. Got it. Alright, I pulled up the other one. The Bucs won 31-26. I'm going to focus more on the Chiefs first in the Bills game, because I'm talking about the road team first. So here we go. Again, I already went total plays. I'm talking about first downs. Total yards, the Chiefs led 439 to 363. Yards per play was certainly I wouldn't say a blowout, but it was pretty good. It was 6.9 for the Chiefs and 5.2 for the Bills. And if your team wins the yards per play, that's obviously going to put you in the right direction. So, I'll talk about passing. So, quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes last week against the Bills. He went 29 for 38, 325 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And let me know in the comments, too. When I get to the playoffs, I'm not going to do this for the regular season, but when I get to the playoffs, let me know if you want me to do this every week, where I pull up the stats and literally talk about it. So, let me know if you want to see me do like a breakdown like this. Otherwise, I just talk about things. But, yeah. So, Mahomes, 29 for 38 for 325 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That is good stats right there. I'm not going to do a Bills versus Chiefs comparison. I'll do more Chiefs versus Bucs. So now I'll flip to the Bucs tab. The Bucs had only 19 first downs in the entire game. The Packers had 23. In the game, the Chiefs had 29 first downs and only 19 for the Bucs, like I just said. Total plays, the Packers led 69-61. So 61 plays for the Bucs, and the Chiefs had 64. So that was pretty equal. Total yards, the Chiefs had 439, and the Bucs had 351. So sizable lead for the Chiefs. And I know comparing these teams to each other isn't necessarily going to be right, because teams have better defenses versus offenses. We know the Packers' defense. I mean, let's be honest. We know that they're not the greatest defense. Remember when Dalvin Cook destroyed you? I do too. But then we've got the Bills. The Bills' defense overall is pretty good. So this is actually a pretty... So I know it's a different comparison, but like, whatever. So now let's go into running backs, because we're talking about it here. Oh, yards per play. Last thing. Sorry, I keep skipping back and forth. 6.9 yards per play for the Chiefs, and the Bucs had only 5.8 yards per play. Passing, not Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady. Tom Brady went 20 for 36 for 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he did have 3 interceptions. The main reason the Bucs won this game is really because the Packers couldn't capitalize off turnovers. I just realized I'm talking super fast. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, but put me in 0.75 speed if you really care about it that much. So, yeah. So, 280 yards for Tom Brady. Mahomes had 325. So, obviously, Mahomes is going to lead in passing. Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, I would say, at this point. Not all time, but, like, right now, Mahomes is better. Mahomes went 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Brady went 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So, overall, Mahomes wins the quarterback battle, and I feel like Mahomes should be able to play under this game better. Even despite the fact that the game is in Tampa Bay, it is technically a home game for the Bucs because the NFC is the home team this year. Even though it's a home game, I still feel like Patrick Mahomes should be able to do it. Mahomes got the lucky red jerseys just like last year. For the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are wearing red tops, white pants, and the Bucs are wearing white tops with the pewter pants. So, yeah. So those are the jerseys. So, Chiefs went on the road last year Chiefs were at home last year in the red jerseys, and they won it in the red jerseys this year. I'm kind of going off topic. I'm talking about jerseys, not the actual game. So here we go. Rushing. Let's talk about rushing. Leading rusher for the Chiefs was Damian Williams. He had 13 carries, 52 yards, and 1 touchdown. For the Bucs, it was Leonard Fournette, who had 12 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown. So overall, they were actually pretty equal. 13, 52, and 1 is the number for... that's for Damian Williams. 13 carries, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. And for Fournette, it's 12 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown. So it's pretty equal. Ronald Jones didn't necessarily get to break himself out in the game like some other weeks. Ronald Jones isn't necessarily as much of a starter. He comes in as the game progresses along, which is actually pretty good. It's a good tactic. So, talk about rushing defense now. Passing defense. I didn't talk about... So, we're going to start with passing defense. So, that's basically just talking about how the other quarterbacks performed. Passing defense. Aaron Rodgers on the Bucs went 33 for 48, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. So, Rodgers overall did have a pretty good game against the Bucs. And, yeah. So, Bucs defense last week did not look super great. At least in the air. I haven't talked about the run. In the air. Josh Allen against the Chiefs went 28 for 48, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. So, Josh Allen had a pretty good game, but Mahomes and the Chiefs... Well, not Mahomes. But the Chiefs defense did shut him down pretty good. So, they did a pretty good job of being able to contain Josh Allen and being able to do that. So, pretty good job by the Chiefs defense. So, if we're talking about quarterback, I already talked about this quarterback. I'm going to give it to Mahomes. For running back, I'm going to give it to Damian Williams because he's got that Super Bowl experience. Last year, we all saw what he did in the Super Bowl. Damian Williams had one heck of a game for himself. So, I'm going to give it to him. Now, let's talk about... now we're talking about passing defense. Passing defense for me is going to go to the Chiefs. Passing defense to the Chiefs because Aaron Rodgers had a really good game against the Bucs, and I just feel like the Bucs won't be able to contain Patrick Mahomes. Next up, we've got... I already talked about rushing. What haven't I talked about? Rushing defense. Rushing defense is the next thing I haven't talked about. So, Aaron Jones on the Bucs. 6 carries, 27 yards. But we do have to keep into consideration that Aaron Jones got hurt midway through the game. So he did not play the whole game. For the Bills, their leading rusher was Josh Allen. Josh Allen went 7 carries, 88 yards. But if we look at it, though, Josh Allen is out. He's a mobile quarterback. The Bucs have Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not a mobile quarterback. So to me, I still feel like the Chiefs should be able to win this matchup because we know Mahomes can be a mobile quarterback. Mahomes didn't let his injury affect him last week, and he played really good. So, because the Chiefs were able to stop the mobile quarterback in Josh Allen, I feel like the Chiefs should be able to stop Tom Brady because he's not mobile. So that would allow people like the Bucs runners like Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, that's going to allow them into the game. I honestly might keep it next year. When I get to the playoffs, I think I actually kind of want to do it like this because this is fun. I'll just do a game-by-game analysis because I like doing this. Then, I just talked about the Bucs. They were able to stop the Packer run game pretty good, but I still think Damian Williams is going to have a good game. So, for rush defense, I'm going to have to give it to... I'll give it to the Bucs. Everyone knows the Bucs have the best rush defense in the NFL, and they shut down Aaron Jones, and he was hurt for a lot of the game, and he still only had 27 yards. Receiving, top receiver for the Bucs was Chris Godwin, 5 receptions, 110 yards against the Packers. Then we've got, for the Chiefs, it was Tyreek Hill, 9 catches, 172 yards. I feel like Tyreek Hill is going to have a big game. I just have a feeling this week that he will. And Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, they're all great players, obviously, but I just feel like without the Super Bowl experience, and I know people are going to say, Super Bowl experience, that's not a factor in the game. It is. It really is. Look, why is Tom Brady so good in the Super Bowl? Because he's been there so many times. But for this one, I'm going to have to give the receiving. For me, the receiving overall is going to have to go to, it's going to be a tie. I'm going to give it a tie. Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman had good games last week. But then for the Bucs, obviously they got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski. They got all the big-name players, so it's going to be a close battle, but I'm going to give that one as a tie. Last but not least, the only thing I haven't talked about... Oh, there are 2 things I haven't talked about. Receiving defense. Oh, I did talk about that. Pass defense. I just went based off quarterback, and that's fine. Didn't talk about it. Marquez Valdes-Scantling was the leader for the Packers. 4 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Cole Beasley was the leader for the Bills. 7 receptions, 88 yards. And turnover game is obviously for me going to go to the Chiefs because the Bucs had 3 interceptions on 3 drives in a row, and the Packers could only get 6 points out of it. And for me, to be able to win the Super Bowl and to be able to win a game, you really need to gain points out of that. So the Bucs barely held on to that part. So Packers really struggled in that area. But turnover battle, still, because of what the Bucs did last week, I'm going to have to give it to the Chiefs. Last but not least, the only thing I haven't talked about is the kicking game. So, let's take a look. Chiefs kicker is, I know who it is. It's Butker, isn't it? Harrison Butker? Yeah, there he is. The Bucs kicker is Ryan Suckup. Here we go. That's the last thing is we have to look at these 2 teams' stats. This year, Butker. Actually, we're not going to start on Butker because it's still loading up. Ryan Suckup. This year, he went 28 for 31 in field goals. Extra points, he went 52 for 57. So overall, he was pretty good, specifically in the field goal area. Obviously, there were some extra point misses, but it happens. I'm a Viking fan, so I know about that. Don't ask. Field goals, though, overall, he is pretty good. In his entire career, 264 for 318 overall, and he's 390 for 405 in extra points. Ryan Suckup is a pretty reliable guy, and I feel like he's a pretty reliable kicker. Harrison Butker, this year he went 25 for 27 in field goals. He went 48 for 54 in extra points, which means he basically had the same stats as Suckup, except he had 1 less extra point make. Or he missed 1 more, technically. Overall, though, Harrison Butker is pretty reliable. In his career, 121 for 134, 186 for 199 in extra points. Overall, for this game, I'm going to give it to Butker. And the only reason I'm giving it to Harrison Butker is because he's 25 for 27 on the year. He's only missed 3 this year. Wait, 2. He's only missed 2 this year. That's going to be pretty... And he's a 1-time Super Bowl champion. Obviously, he played last year. He won't fold under the pressure. I feel like Butker should be able to take that stat. And there you go. That is going to close it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out part 4 coming up. Comment down below. Coming up, either it's already out or it'll be out tomorrow. Comment down below if you want to see me do videos like this more often. And if you do, I do too. So let me know if you want to see videos like this more often. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a good night, everybody. I didn't say the winner of the game. Winner of the game, Chiefs by 8. I'm going to the Kansas City Chiefs by 8 points. I kind of want the Chiefs to win this game, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs. But I'm not picking them because I want them to win. I'm picking them because I feel like overall they're a lot better in a lot of the categories. Chiefs by 8. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Give your predictions down below. Have a good night. Peace out.